What's going on, guys? We're back at it. Still 414, your co-host Eli, and we got.
The better half, Dami. How y'all feeling? What's going on?
I'm gonna let that slide. You said better half, but I think we're definitely equals in this partnership. I think it's a 50-50 split. Keep going. Say more.
What are you talking about, bro?
No, I caught the better half comment. You thought you were slick.
You stay hating, looking for an issue, but I'm just gonna breeze right past it. What's good, y'all? Welcome back. We are.
Hope you don't get married. I hope
The 414 back again. It's been a minute. Apologies, but we back. So I said we just jump right into it and give the people what they want.
I think that's the great idea. What do we got going on today?
Well, it's been what? It's been 2 weeks. A lot has happened, but what I'm sure everyone has peeped already. 2 hurricanes have gone and have come and gone in the last week or two. It just hit Florida, brother. See, this is why I couldn't live down there. That is brutal. But it was Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. They both came through the Tampa, Orlando area and wreaked havoc for the most part. They were both Category 5. Milton was supposed to be horrible. Fortunately, I think when it actually hit land, it didn't go the way they thought it would, fortunately. But they were saying, like, I don't know if you saw, there was the weatherman. This man was crying, talking about the hurricane. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I didn't see it.
Me as a person, if I ever see a meteorologist crying about how bad a hurricane's gonna be, man, ain't no riding this one out.
No, I gotta
Absolutely
go.
not.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta leave.
You gotta go.
He was crying like
the weatherman was crying, bro. He was like, "It's gonna be so bad."
Oh
That boy was in pain, man.
Oh no, that's bad.
Would have packed up and left that same day. And I think especially because a lot of people were still dealing with the after effects of like Helene, the last one. So to know, like, your house got all messed up and you lost stuff, or you got hurt or whatever the situation was, and you got to deal with that shit all over again and worse.
Yeah,
the professionals came out and they said that Hurricane Milton was nearing the mathematical limit of what they thought a hurricane could do.
What?
That's what I said. And now they talking about making a new category, a Category 6. They had them boys in the lab redoing their calculation.
They was over there scratching heads like, yo, Matt, is this right?
Imagine seeing a hurricane be like, it shouldn't be able to do that.
You think you wrong with your math? You got your buddy over here doing the math for you? No, that's sick. That's sick. They have to come up with a new category, possibly, just because.
So they talking about going back to the drawing board and getting their math right, because they said a hurricane, like, it was nearing the mathematical limit of what they thought was possible for hurricane in terms of like how fast it was going, wind speeds, precipitation. It was just all over the place.
Was there some error though, like, or was it actually correct? It was at the mathematical limit of what they knew.
They said it was nearing the limit.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think because they were seeing, like, with global warming and everything going on, and how all these things are just getting worse, they were saying hurricanes like that might eventually become the new normal. So a new category might be needed in the future.
Right. I mean, that's going to wreak havoc and devastation on any place those land.
Absolutely. I don't think it's right to go like, okay, if wind speeds is over, I think it's like 155 miles an hour, Category 5, no matter how bad it is.
Why don't you think that's right?
It's because like on the highway, if we both driving, the speed limit is 55, I'm doing 70 and you doing 120, just because we both going over the speed limit doesn't mean you treat it the same, Spending the night in jail, I might get a ticket.
Okay, I see.
So
I see your point.
If you think on the receiving end, if you hear Category 5 hurricane, you're like, oh wait, I just wrote out Helene, it was Category 5, I'll be all right. And Milton's on a whole nother level, but they still talking the same Category 5. So
I think it's like the minimum threshold of what it could do. Probably why they give that number. Like, hey, at minimum, it can do this. It probably will do more, but at minimum, it will do this.
Absolutely.
So no, that's a fair point. So you're saying like more categories, like in between?
I think just one more, a Category 6 would would help even things out.
Because
Like me in my head, I ain't never heard no Category 6. So
bad.
if they
Whatever
say
that
this is
is
a
bad.
Category 6 hurricane, yeah, best believe I'm going to Minnesota or something. That's no longer my problem.
Yeah, no, man, global warming, bro, it's wreaking havoc on just weather systems in general. Like, bro, I don't know, like, yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, man, so many random pieces of news came out of this. Have you heard of Lieutenant Dan?
Yep, that gentleman in the boat.
Yeah, so Lieutenant Dan, I think he actually is a veteran. I think he's a lieutenant. But this Lieutenant Dan, he decided to ride out Hurricane Milton in his little boat. It was funny because the mayor of that town, she came on, she said, no, I sent officers to the dock and they picked them up and they put Dan in a shelter. They went to the dock. That boy Dan said, I don't know what the fuck she talking about. I'm still in my goddamn boat. I ain't left and I ain't going nowhere.
Dan
I
was
think
saying
she lied
that.
for the optics, or maybe she sent officers out there and he turned it down and she heard otherwise.
Yeah.
But there was that. There was another one I saw that had me roll. This other guy, he strapped down his house.
Like, strapped it
Like
down.
ratchet straps, bro. He had like 5 of them that ran across the house from the front yard to the backyard. And he had like pegs in the ground.
Oh my god, that's funny.
He tied down his house, bro.
That is funny.
And what had me rolling is he came back after the hurricane, like, see, I told y'all this shit cool. It's like, you know, fortunately the hurricane ain't hit his area that bad, so it's not like it helped or hurt in any way. He just got heavy rain.
Nah, you gotta watch this guy. Next one, he's gonna start,
tying down your house with ratchet straps is hilarious.
Like, it does nothing, but I guess he felt better.
For sure.
Because, like, had that hurricane came that way, that house would be gone with the straps.
Oh, yeah. House would have been gone.
I could only imagine his reaction. It didn't work. Just going through 5 stages of grief, bro. No, hold on. To your point with Lieutenant Dan, did you hear about the streaming deal that he got with Kick?
I heard Aiden Ross offered him like $100K,
bro,
and I believe a new boat as well.
Yeah, new boat as well, and I think too, like, he got the money. I think it started with a GoFundMe. They raised $40,000 for him, yes, and then in addition, the Aiden Ross with the deal, the $100K in the streaming. That's insane. But also too, don't quote me on this, but I think he started streaming, like, the first thing he did, like, within the first couple of streams or first hour, or like really soon into it, he like dropped the N-word already.
Yeah,
like, he literally just got on this platform. He already dropped the N-word, bro. And I'm just like, I don't know that gentleman.
Nah,
have you seen his mugshots as well? You didn't see the.
No, I haven't seen. I know he was arrested for some shit.
Bro, he was arrested like 10 times. He has like 10 mugshots. It's so bad. It's so bad. And like, people were like, "This is who we made famous." Dang, I want a refund, because like they donated to the GoFundMe. I think he has like 8 or 7 mugshots, and it's insane.
Jesus,
that gentleman is living life. That's a Florida man for you right there.
You telling me? Did you actually see the video? That shit was funny. I mean, I was like, man, I can't stand these niggas. Sorry,
I didn't see it, but that's what he said.
That's exactly what it was. Like, he wasn't even talking about black people. He was just talking in joke. He's like, man, I hate when niggas do this shit. Sorry,
and already into it. Like, come on. Nah, he seems like a funny guy.
Nah, for sure. But moving on to the next one, our boy Pavel Durov, if you remember, CEO of Telegram, that was arrested in Europe.
Yes, I do remember.
Yes,
I do remember.
He folded, bro.
Oh,
Telegram will now share information of users suspected of illegal acts to authorities. They will be giving up IP numbers and phone numbers.
Whack. That's so
folded, bro.
That's so whack. The premise of the platform was to keep it encrypted and keep it end-to-end encrypted, so you couldn't have an issue like this.
They got him in that cell, bro.
It's a double-edged sword for the reason that you just explained, but that's like, I don't know, that's always my thing when it comes to privacy. If you're gonna tote your company or your platform that holds privacy to the highest standard, then you fold. Like, really, what are you here for? I don't know. I don't like that personally.
No,
Like,
I
push
get
comes
it,
to
but
shove. Think about Apple. You know how many times they've been like threatened by the FBI? Oh, open this phone, or we're gonna seek this, or open this phone, open this. No, no, that's not what we do. We value privacy.
I'm sure they comply to a degree.
No, they don't.
Apple doesn't give information if the feds ask for it at all.
Yeah, no, they won't unlock a phone. They won't give personal information. If everybody gets it, it's because they went and did it themselves. Apple's not gonna be like, yeah, here you go.
But I got a feeling it'd be easier to get something out of. I think it's easier to get into an iPhone than to like see what's going on someone's Telegram account. You know.
Possibly. I don't know how hard it is comparatively, but I know it's really difficult to get into an iPhone because the end-to-end encryption makes it pretty hard.
No, like there's a lot of like these devices. I can't remember the name of it, but there's some like it'll try like every pin combination, and it'll disable the whole the disability
Yeah,
feature.
like those
So it'll like spam everything from 0000 to 9999.
all the way up. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know what you mean. Those do work. Because people have them. Like I know, like the people who like unlock phones and whatnot.
exactly. Yeah,
They do have
and
them.
it's like, bro, if they can get into the iPhones, I'm pretty sure the FBI and CIA can get into.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But
Yeah.
I think the premise of like helping and aiding in that process is the
True.
point I'm getting at. Like, I'm not saying you can't do it. Like I was saying, like if they find a way, they'll find a way, which is fine. But aiding in the process, I think, is where the issues come in for me. Especially if you told like you value privacy for your customer, and then you're like, oh yeah, let me just help, you guys figure this out. Don't get me wrong, for bad actors, I get it, but what does that say for the full broad scope? Where does the buck stop, so to speak?
True.
Because like, say you had some nefarious stuff on your laptop or suspected of, but you really didn't. Now we're gonna give up the information just because we thought isn't enough evidence.
It's a weird situation though, because with a lot that happens in the world nowadays, a lot of it's just online. That's the way it is.
Right. That's
so
true.
if you want to get into a terrorist's phone, or a kid had school scooter plans and he got a bunch of more information on his phone, you're trying to find a motive. Like there's so many scenarios where I could see as a government agency you would want to get access to someone's devices.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you. I just think it's a slippery slope. I don't know, for me personally, like privacy is important, especially when it comes to your online signature. Albeit they have a lot from you, but damn, like, do you want to give them everything that you have? I think it's up to person, but I agree with you to definitely an extent.
But I feel like the government can go back and forth with Apple to a degree.
Yeah,
Pavel said no.
true.
And I can't think of a situation where the government was like, we need someone's iMessage. We need to see who they've been texting. We need access to their mail app. We need to see what emails have been going back and forth. I think it's just been like access to the device itself.
Yeah.
And I think like the difference between like hardware and software and how that goes in court.
I'm pretty sure there could be a difference. Yeah, I find it. I don't know. I find that interesting. Pavlov, he folded, man. He folded, and what do you think now moving forward for Telegram? Like, what does that mean? Because obviously now, with this being said, obviously people are gonna try to move platforms who are doing.
I don't know where they
things.
go,
Me
but
neither.
there's a massive drop off in users now because it's basically WhatsApp at this point, or any other big messaging app.
I think something's gonna be created or was already created that serves the same purpose that Telegram did before they did this. So
maybe,
I think it's like a cat and mouse game, honestly, when it comes to stuff like this.
Absolutely, but Telegram was the only one that I think kind of took off in a sense. It became well known for people to do illegal stuff.
Okay.
Whether it was like selling guns or drugs or all types of other crimes and much more heinous stuff.
Damn, I should have got in before they did all this stuff.
Oh my God.
What?
Why would you say that, bro? Why would you say that?
Because they were selling guns up there. Yeah. And drugs.
See, you gonna get caught up for some dumb shit in 10 years, and niggas gonna dig up this video and say, see, I knew it.
Nah.
They gonna be questioning the fucking company I keep.
Nah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. I know you.
Yeah,
I know you. You're gonna get that chicken Big Mac. You'll squeal like a pig, bro.
Yo, you know what's so funny about that? I was talking to someone yesterday. It was like, you gonna try that chicken Big Mac? I said, nah,
No.
straight in the face.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I lied right in her face. I was like, they swapped out the beef for the chicken.
Yeah,
You know, I am an inquisitive mind.
I might try it. I might. I don't know.
I might
It's
go
like,
see what's
is it like
up.
a grilled piece of chicken? I think it is a grilled piece of chicken. I don't know what it is.
I thought it was it's like a chicken patty, bro.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I might give it a try. I might try it today. Who knows? Let you know. I'll let you know.
No, I might let you know first, but
Okay. Okay.
moving
Okay.
on to the next one. Did you know that Mozart is dropping new music this year?
Straight heat. Straight heat off the page.
So apparently, a piece of music that was composed when he was a teenager was recently discovered in a library in Germany. They're saying that it dates back to mid to late 1760s and it is 12 minutes long. So just a bunch of sheet music they found in the library.
12 minutes long. He was a kid. Yeah, this is a straight heater right here. No change up, straight heat. I promise.
You know how sick I'd be? Imagine your favorite rapper, your favorite singer, Rihanna ain't dropped in what? 7-8 years?
Bro, she's she's living life with Fenty. She ain't dropping nothing.
Nah, you telling me, but it's like, show the fans some love. But imagine your favorite artist ain't dropped in a year or 2 or 3. What's Mozart putting out bangers? What, 20, 50 years later?
How did they not find this? It was like in a random notebook.
Just a random German library. And I'm not gonna lie. Had I found it, yeah, that thing would have been for auction within a week.
Not gonna lie. Thought the same thing when you mentioned this to me. I was like, yeah, I'd go for a cool couple million.
Nah, absolutely. Funny enough, there was another story. I think they found a piece of art in their household. No, I think like Pops, he found a piece of art and he was working somewhere. They said, hey, you want to keep it? It's whatever. He's like, all right, cool. He brought it home. Then they peeped like, oh, snap. I think this might be a work by Da Vinci.
Oh, wow.
And then they like gave it in for authentication. I was like, ooh. You see, now when the Da Vinci estate calls and says, thank you so much for returning our piece of art, the authenticators just gave it back. Yo, I'll be mad.
So did that actually happen or what happened?
So I don't know what the follow-up is. It was a recent story, but I know that it might not have been Da Vinci, it might have been someone else, but they did find a piece of art and they sent it in for authentication.
But that's the only way you can make money from it, because if it's not authenticated, you're...
Yeah, but I don't know how art works in legality, especially in Europe, but it's like, I think it becomes a question of ownership. Is this just Da Vinci's that got lost? If so, does it go to the Da Vinci estate?
Good point.
Is it yours because it was gifted to you and you got it in your crib?
Yeah, that's a legal battle right there.
And you talking, it's a Da Vinci, bro. You talking what, 8-9 figures?
Yeah.
So.
And if it was like your great granddad's, like he's not alive to tell how he got it, so now you gotta, yeah.
So I think it's a weird scenario, and like I said, I don't know how the legality works on that one.
That's a tricky story.
If the authenticator just goes, oh, it is a Da Vinci, we're giving it back to the family. I'd be tired, like you had no right.
Yeah, he didn't have a right. You know who does have a right? These two fists, bro, because I have to fight him for that patent, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be damned if you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna package this up and send it where? Where's it going? It's coming back with me.
That's why I said, man, you finna authenticate that shit in my presence. No?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not going nowhere. Especially if I believe this to be of worth value. I'll be right
Yeah,
there.
I would have had that shit in a big ass sleeve. Yeah, we going authenticated.
Mm-hmm. Dang, bro. Imagine you send it in, you get an email. We appreciate it. The artwork was authenticated. We're sending it
Oh
back to.
my god.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
over.
I'd be bad.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'd be upset. But speaking of upset people, do you remember? Well, not remember. I guess this is the first time I'm speaking on it on here. But there was a strike with a bunch of port workers up and down the East Coast. They said
Right.
that they were not happy with their hourly rate, which I believe was $39.
32. Was it 32 or 39? Damn.
Thought it was 39. You could check while I talk. But
Okay.
I believe it's $39 from what I saw. And they had a strike up and down the East Coast. They said, we're not going back to work. It was, I believe, 40,000 workers, which is a lot of people. And I know this is something that the government wanted to get squared away ASAP because that'd be a massive economic blow. Almost everything that comes in through the ports comes in on the East Coast. It just comes straight across from the Atlantic. So that's all your cars, a lot of your imported goods that just come straight out of Europe and parts of Africa. So I believe the strike went on for about a week and a half. And I remember I saw the union leader all decked out sitting there talking. This man was ready for war. He was like, they want to go on. They don't want to pay us. No problem. Just go on strike. See, it's going to hit the dealerships first. Yeah, ain't no new cars going to hit the lot. Then what? It's like, it's all right. They think they going to wait us out. We going to wait them out. Strike ain't last 2 weeks. They gave those people, I believe, what? An increase to $63, I believe, an hour. Base pay.
Yeah, so it was, yep, you're right, 39 to 63 an hour, 61.5% raise.
Hey, they did that thing with that one.
Absolutely. They're an essential, that's an essential job right there, bro. Port work? Yeah. You had no real bargaining power as like, no, I think we were talking about this, not obviously on the last podcast, but I think on personal time, we were talking about like, how could you even circumvent this if you were like the mayor or anything like that? What could you really
Who?
say?
Let me ask you this: who are they going back and forth with? Is it the government or whoever owns the port?
Yeah, it'd be whoever owns the port.
That's a lot of different battles you're fighting. Then
Yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that was.
how do they all
It was a
just
union that was
universally
fighting that.
agree to make it 63?
Well, whatever union they were a part of, they're port workers, so they're part of some union.
So is
And
it
it-
the union versus like the states?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so it's whoever owns the port states, or I think it's probably the state that owns that port or owns each port. But yeah, it's like one union. You have like the union reps. They
Mhm.
all come together, talk. It's not like no one person from each port. It's like all these people.
No, I get that, but I mean like on the opposite end.
Yeah, whoever owns those unions.
So you got to get all those thousands of, if you own the port or own this or own that, if it's government owned, privately owned, they all have to agree to the $63.
to whoever's in charge. Whoever's in charge, because there's one person always making that executive decision.
Got it.
Yeah, so it'd be like the union rep, and then or union reps multiple, and then
Mhm.
whoever are in charge of all the ports. Obviously, like if it's state to state, whoever state to state, that's a challenge, but they got it done.
Oof. No, I like to see these people win in scenarios like that, because
bro.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like 39 an hour. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. But at
It's
the same
not.
time, this coming from a 20-some-year-old college student.
Yeah,
So
the
if
gentleman
you got
that,
a
like-
family and you're much older, you're in a completely different financial situation. So I'm sure that raise definitely helped out a lot.
Yeah, bro, 61%.
Yeah. Now I'm interested to see how this affects other industries. Because I don't know if you remember, I think, was it UPS or USPS? They went through something similar, I believe a year or two ago.
Yeah, UPS. Yep.
And man, some of them boys is making money, like good six figures.
Yeah, my uncle works for UPS. He's making good money in that 6-figure range.
Yeah, so I think from mailing to the ports and customs and all that, I think a lot of these essential workers are starting to realize how much influence and sway they have.
Yeah, they do. And I think now I'm curious to see as well, along with you, it's just like what are they gonna like now you have more chips, so to speak, to bring to the table, so you have
Hmm.
more bargaining power. I think seeing what they did with the ports,
Hmm.
I think some other essential jobs are gonna start moving in foot too, moving in step.
Absolutely. So it's a big win for them. I love that for them. And I'm curious to see how that goes. I think you were saying something about Boeing when we were talking before we started recording.
Oh, you wanna go into that topic? You sly bastard.
How, bro? It correlates.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. It does correlate. But yeah, so Boeing, uh they're slated to cut 17,000 jobs, which threw me because I seen this article I think a couple of days ago, and I was like, I was kind of like looking at it, and I was like, oh, that's a lot. But then like started reading it, and I'm like, wait a damn minute, that's 10% of the workforce that they have. That's insane. So essentially, it's kind of like a Spark Note version of what's going on between the lawsuits, between obviously the payouts for the down, 747s and the mechanical errors and a lot of the things that are going on. Boeing's been in the tailspin, like bleeding money. So for them cutting these jobs, one, kind of saves them a bit as far as financially. And I think they're just trying to downsize, bro, because I mean, you're bleeding money like this. You got to figure out something. And it's kind of crazy too. So, albeit this is super bad for workers and employees of the company, but the stock price went up 3%. And like usually when a stock goes up, when something like bad happens to the company internally, that means that like investors see that there's a net positive here. Meaning,
Mm.
so for instance, if the company's stock price went up 3%, they're in agreement of what's happening. Like this would make sense typically. So when you see a stock price jump a couple points on news like this, it's like we're either in agreement, neutral, or we disagree. Right. So
Mm.
obviously investors are like, yeah, you guys might want to, start trimming the fat off because you guys are going through some shit right now.
No,
Which
absolutely.
they are, bleeding money.
And I think I brought it up because you said something about there being a strike as well.
Yeah, so a lot of the mechanics are going on strike. I mean, I think we were talking about this in the past as well, where like
Hmm.
they were cutting corners when it came to
The
like putting
safety
together,
and things like
yeah,
that.
safety
Yeah.
and things like that. So a lot of the mechanics are going on strike. So you have a strike in addition to them saying, you know what, we're cutting 17,000 jobs. That's a mess. That's an absolute mess.
The mechanics are, hmm, I don't know. Something adding up to me. The mechanics are going on strike because of the safety protocols and procedures,
Well,
or
yeah,
like the
even
build quality. Because in my head, it's like, nigga, you're the one doing it.
yeah,
you know.
but also you got to remember, like they're the one doing it, but they have quotas, they have metrics to hit, they have things that they probably can't spend as much time as they want to make sure things are okay or whatever the case may be. Reading the article, they didn't go into why they're going on strike. That's probably a different article I'd go into and look into. But
Mhm.
from what I do know, yeah, the mechanics are going on strike, which in addition is compounding to the issue. But I know from like even some of the lawsuits that they had, or even some of the people that were working on the safety for the Boeing,
Mhm.
airplanes, they were saying how, you know, they had to cut corners or things probably weren't up to spec. I don't know if I'm working on these planes, bro, and my boss is telling me, hey, don't worry about that bolt, even though it's loose, or don't worry about this. I'm not gonna feel right about it. Would I go on strike? I don't know, but I wouldn't feel right about it. I'd be like, damn, I'm sorry, little Timmy, and I just have
But,
to.
hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie. You got quotas to me. You got quotas to me. Yo, get the duct tape.
That's what I'm saying.
Get the duct tape.
We ain't got duct tape, bro. Where the scotch at? Bring out the scotch.
Have you seen like? Apparently, there's like tape specifically made for planes for like quick fixes that they keep like
Huh.
on the tarmac. So like people have been like taking commercial flights and they'll see like tape on the wing. They're like, wait a damn minute. that ain't right.
Oh,
Or
that's
they'll see like a
funny.
loose panel and it was
Mhm.
like, oh snap, you right. There's a loose panel. Hey, yeah, keep the plane there for 2 minutes. See
Wow.
Jaquan get up there. He got a roll of gorilla tape. He
Oh
cutting that shit with his
no.
teeth.
That's scary. That's scary. That is very scary.
You gonna tape down the flaps?
Think you need those?
Give it a good knock for good measure.
Think you need
All right,
those.
we're good to go.
Nah. Well, I mean, I don't know. If it's cosmetic work, I get it. But something vital as such areas, I don't know. But yeah, I think with this, bro, losing 10% of the workforce, it's good and bad. It's bad for the workers and people involved that are getting fired, obviously. For the company, if they don't do this, they're gonna be in for a world of hurt within the next like 10 years.
No,
Like
absolutely.
as I was reading into that article, bro, like they were talking about, you know, in addition to the lawsuits, to them trying to revamp, like Boeing is slated to lose like $6 billion roughly. 6 billion with a B. But amongst like the everything that's going on, lawsuits, the payouts, the revamping everything, trying to like basically overhaul and like fix their name. Because when you think of Boeing, you're like you know. I remember my flight when I went to Florida. I heard they were like, "Yeah, we're on a Boeing such and such." I was like, "God damn it!"
But I feel like they're aware of the stigma that comes with them nowadays, and they're trying to work to fix that. Especially, I think the CEO stepped down, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I think new leadership, and they're trying to set new protocols in place. There's definitely a level of PR resolution, I'm sure, in the works.
There has to be, yeah. So yeah, no, that was an interesting story. Now I think though they're taking the right steps. Usually when something like this happens, you pull management, you take them out. You fire people. They step down. Whatever has to happen. But yeah, slated to lose $6 billion is insane. So I can see why they're cutting the jobs, 17,000 jobs.
No, for sure. But on to some more bit of news. Do you remember there was a WNBA player that got stuck in Russia?
I forgot something.
Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Brittany Griner. She's the WNBA player who was stuck in Russia. She was there for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you remember, the reason why we were able to get her back is because we did a prisoner swap.
Yeah, with like a known drug trafficking terrorist or something like that.
He was a arms dealer.
Yeah.
He was known as the Merchant of Death.
Oh, that's a tough name. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a terrorist, bro.
I didn't say he was a good person. I just said the name was tough.
When she got out, they got him. He's back at it, bro.
I mean, who would have thought he wouldn't be? Like that's something when I heard about this, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, okay, we're gonna trade, but why him? He's not gonna stop. And on top of that, like he's going back to Russia, so they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, you're a bad person. Come to Russian jail. They're gonna be like, man,
yeah, he wasn't getting extradited and locked up over there.
No, they're like, dude, just stop creating a big problem. Just be a little bit more discreet about it. He's back at it.
Man,
the Merchant of Death is
there's
selling.
no way we didn't have an equivalent to Brittany Griner in all these prisons we got.
We had some Russian golfer probably somewhere,
exactly,
making bad decisions. We could have gave them back, but no, the Merchant of Death.
But the Merchant of Death that was released in the U.S. prisoner swap negotiated a $10 million arms deal with Yemen Houthi rebels.
Oh, I could imagine that gentleman on a plane back, just already getting everything up and running. Like, wow. This man makes moves. I can see why he has the name.
Some bullshit, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, Brittany Griner ain't the diddly fucking squad in the league ever since, bro. Worst goddamn trade I ever seen.
This is a bad trade.
That's an awful trade. We got fleeced.
I think we got snoozed on the deal. I'm not gonna lie.
We got fleeced. This nigga negotiated $10 million deals.
Yeah,
with Yemen rebels.
Yeah, we got snubbed on the deal. We got played. And what has she done? I think she had like an interview where she like was talking about. I don't even know.
I think she like dropped a book and she got a kid on the way.
We got snubbed on the deal.
She got a wife too. Yeah, I think she got married, or yeah, she got a lot going on. But man,
He has a lot more. He has 10 million things going on right now.
some bullshit, bro.
Houthi rebels, $10 million deals being signed. Come on, bro. Griner, step it up.
Oh my god, I ain't gonna lie. If I was her, BG, man, I would have looked at Beast and knew gotta do better.
Have to. America
Gotta
traded
do
for me.
better.
I'm not gonna lie.
How many
America's
people
made
about to-
some bad trades. This is
How
up
many
there.
people in Yemen about to lose their life indirectly because of you?
Dang.
Because
Oh,
bro,
that's
don't
like-
forget
that's
she
an
got
existential
picked up. I think she
crisis.
had what, like a vape or like a cart.
Yeah, like some
in the
weed
airport?
or something she had. She got
You
snagged
know,
for.
so yeah, the crime was 100% avoidable. You was at the airport on your way back.
Yeah, and they snagged her up. That
Yeah.
gentleman. It's a hell of a work
Man,
ethic.
it's not
Hell
right.
of a work ethic.
Nah, you ain't lying. That's impressive. And that's the one that's the deal we know about.
Bro, oh man, he's slinging and dealing, bro. That's just the one we know about. That was probably like the big breakout deal. That's the one where he probably was like, I'm back.
I still got it.
I still got it. Oh, he's probably wheeling and dealing those smaller deals. That's the one we probably heard of.
Absolutely. But I mean, I think when I think weapons, I feel like due to a lot of the US Ukraine stuff and things we've been sending over, I think it's kind of opened my eyes a bit to how money and arms, like, it doesn't like translate the way you think it would. Like, because when it comes to weaponry, $10 million, it might not be as much as you think.
That
Weapon
can be like a
wise,
couple missiles.
Exactly.
That can be, or it can be hundreds of guns.
exactly. So,
So it
like,
really depends.
there's no details on what exactly the package contained.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, it could literally be like 3 jets or 4 tanks,
And
that'd be it.
Yeah.
Or it could be literally hundreds of guns and crates getting sent over. Either way, that's bad for business.
Hey, bro. I'd rather just be the guns. God forbid he sold tanks. Oh. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That man's moving. He's moving. Damn. $10 million
absolutely.
worth of arms deals.
Speaking of Ukraine, did you know that, well, to back up a little bit, Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, and Kim Jong-un, dictator of North Korea, you know they boys?
I don't know if they're really boys. Are they really, though?
They
Have you
boys,
seen
bro.
the pictures?
Nah.
in the
Trust me, they
videos?
boys. They
Okay.
boys, trust me.
Because whenever they get around each other, they're like two, like, how can I
Trust
put
me,
this?
they boys.
Do you know when like you have two like socially awkward people together?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they remind me of, bro. It's like they don't know what to do around each other.
I know what you're talking about when they're both standing there like, man, like awkward and stiff as hell. And it was like, do I move now? Do I shake his hand?
Yeah.
Or?
That's dark. But so they're cool. They frolic in the woods now. What do they do?
I don't know if you saw it. There was another video. It's old. It's a few months old. But
Okay.
Putin came down to North Korea. They was just chilling, chopping it up. What's it called? Kim Jong-un took bro around for a ride around North Korea. That nigga Putin riding his shotgun. They chopping it up, laughing. Kim Jong-un losing the back end, getting slidey. He's slipping around on the roads, feeling himself.
Oh man.
Oh my god. I'm like, yeah, these niggas
this
boys.
could be bad. This could be bad. This is the last thing we need right now.
Man, I laughed. I'm like, this is something you do with the guys. You know, that man was cruising on the I-95. But the reason why I bring him up on a serious note was when during that trip they signed an agreement, which basically, if either of them ends up in war, they will support each other.
That's where I was like, this could be bad. Because I kind of figured that's what that was for.
So it's already begun. I know at first North Korea was sending weapons to help out Russia, because I know they were having like an arms issue. You know, I don't think they were. I think they were losing more than they were making, and there was their own issue over there. But now there's talks of them like sending troops over.
Oh, damn.
And apparently, like, there's been some North Korean volunteers who lost their lives in combat. They weren't fighting, but they were, you know, I think just helping out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe that was their own like foreign exchange or something like that, or show of diplomacy.
Right.
Like, we'll send over weapons and some of our guys over there to help out with maintenance or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But some North Koreans did lose their lives in Ukraine. So
Wow.
I think
That's
there's
interesting.
bigger talks. Because I mean,
That's what
bro,
I'm
North
saying.
Korea, I think, don't you do like 7 years of mandatory like military training once you're like 18?
Yeah, I think so. There's some sort of like mandatory training. So imagine they send. Oh,
Yeah, bro. So
wow.
all Kim got to do is make the call, and that's 100K, 100,000 boots on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
So I think that definitely complicates matters, especially like with China too. Since China is like North Korea's biggest supplier, that's their biggest customer.
Mhm.
They're really the backbone of their whole economy for the most part. And I know that China has been somewhat they've been in a weird position because I don't think
Because of
they're in
this
support.
deal.
Not even before that, because I don't think they're generally. I don't think they're in support of what Russia's doing, but they also have similar plans when it comes to Taiwan, so they can't really speak on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
That's true. That is very true.
but I think everyone's just trying to like play it smart in a way. Because
But
North
it's like
Korea
how
isn't in arms.
smart.
North Korea's got that deal with Russia, and I feel like they underestimated the role that they might have to play.
As far as like actually helping out.
Because even like right now, neighboring countries around Russia, they getting kind of concerned. Like we might be next. Let's bolster the military. Let's get back to it. Mandatory military training for everybody. Because we might have to go fight.
But isn't Russia getting kind of pushed back as well in this Ukraine and Russian war?
Oh yeah, no, it is not the. I think this is their Vietnam, if that makes sense. This isn't the easy victory they thought it would be.
Right, but I
And
mean,
it's massively dragging out.
yeah, yeah. I'm thinking about like in that analogy, they might want to stop while they're ahead
Yeah,
because this could get bad very quickly. Because I mean, we did, but imagine if we didn't stop. That's
no,
bad. Well, to be
absolutely.
fair, though, they already lost a lot of bodies just in general.
Yeah.
So that's a fair point. I don't know.
But
It's tough.
yeah, no, it's interesting to see how all this is going to play out. Obviously, war is a terrible thing and it affects many that really have little to do with it. But I hope to see things resolved very soon, hopefully. Maybe optimistic of me, but what can I say? I root for peace.
Yeah, yeah. And, listen, I guess I would second that, even though, obviously conflicting views tend to cause issues such as these, but hopefully it comes to a more peaceful ending.
Absolutely. But I don't know if you've seen the news. It's been in and out of the headlines these last week or 2 or 3, but Cardi B and Offset are getting divorced.
Mm-hmm.
There was no real official reason, but people are just assuming it was infidelity issues on Offset's side of things.
I think that tracks.
Yeah, which he has had issues with in the past. I think this is like her second time she's tried to divorce him. Why'd you smile, bro?
Second time trying to divorce him is funny. It's a funny
Yeah.
statement.
But I know they've had their issues in the past. But it's weird seeing two people that a lot of people like put on this pedestal act the way that they do, because things went left, and then I think Offset came out and was like, because they just had a child recently together. I think that's their third child together.
Okay.
And Offset came out and was saying, "Nah, you did me dirty. You went and you was fucking on niggas while you was pregnant." And man, Shorty still on that shit 10 toes. He said, "And did. Now what?"
Yep. Wasn't she like fucking on some like NFL player or something like that?
I didn't see anything confirmed, but man, what a shame, bro.
Messy, very messy.
Very messy. And I feel for the kids most of all.
That's the only people I feel for, honestly.
Yeah, I feel for the kids. You got, I think they oldest little girl, she probably like 6, 7. You got another 3, 4-year-old boy, and then the newborn.
Right.
So it's like, you know, they're the ones that are gonna suffer the most, and I feel for them. But what I was saying about like how interesting the two of them have been going back and forth. It was like, oh, you did me dirty, nah, you did me dirty, and I like Cardi B. I really do. Outside of the fact that she from New York, she one of those people like you can't embarrass her, bro. she will stand on any
Yeah.
business. She don't care.
Yeah.
This is not someone you can embarrass or blackmail or try to coax into submission. She is not for it. So I know they were going back and forth. They were talking about uh going back and forth on assets, and this is my house, this is yours, blah blah blah. So that might be an upcoming legal battle. And then even on top of that, it's funny. Like you saw videos of Offset in the gym.
I was just about to say he's on his whole like villain arc,
I was
and
like,
now he's
man,
back in the gym.
hey, Offset, you just like us, bro.
Yep.
Nigga hurt trying to better himself.
Yeah. Nah, that's a bruise to the ego, bro. And it's not like it's something that, you know, he's a regular person. Like, no, millions of people are seeing this, you know, as they're going through it. Your soon to be ex-wife potentially said, yeah, I fucked on somebody else while I was pregnant with your kid. What?
I'd be sick, bro.
And it's not like a regular conversation. This is something that everybody is seeing, commenting on. Like, yo, I'd be sick. I'd be physically sick. What do you say to that? She just said, yeah, and did. What?
Hey, bro. Bible said it best. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Yeah.
Because, yo, the women will take it there, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There is no equivalent to that. What can you do as a... There's no get back to that.
There's nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing. That's checkmate. That literally is checkmate. She has your kid and her fucking another nigga, bro. There's no equivalent. What can you do as a man?
Yo, I'd be sick. I'd be sick, bro.
There's shit you can do. Maybe
Nothing
the closest you could get
about
is like a threesome with like maybe like her sister and like that's not even close. You can't.
Nah. That's not. You're right. It's not even close.
You can't even. She won't even care. Like, maybe like her sister and her mom. Like, I don't know. You could probably. I don't know.
There's zero equivalent to that. And another thing I don't like about these like messy breakups is when all said and done, y'all might end up back together. So
that's why I don't.
Let's hold back on the airing out of dirty laundry.
Yeah, but it's always less resort to the thing that'll hurt the person the most. Is never like, let's think through this a bit, you know. Because if I throw a jab at you, you're gonna throw a little harder jab, and now, you know, now it's a spiral to the bottom.
Nah, I hear you, man. I saw that boy all said, man, he was over there doing curls with that bar. He had 40 pounds on it. He's putting in work. He was struggling a little bit, but I was like, hey, this could be the end of your set, you know. So let me not jump the gun and judge you yet. But
right,
you know, he's in there putting in work.
Just like all of us, bro, going through it.
No, absolutely. I know there was this video of the two of them from a few days ago that had me rolling. They were both in New York at the same club at the same time, but on opposite ends of it.
That is kind of crazy,
man.
Kind of funny.
Imagine seeing your wife that you in the middle of a divorce with at the function on the opposite side, and she got the whole crew over there. And you're like, man, she might be fucking one of them niggas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it was funny too because I watched the video and like her section looked lit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. She was having a blast. And he all says, you know, just typical hood niggas in the club, just mad dudes standing around with mad bottles in the section. I'm like, man, she would having the time of her life. You just miserable.
Yep, and she knows it too. I'm pretty sure she knows it.
I don't doubt it.
Wasn't she like at one point going on like her little Instagram like spree of like she's saying she's looking for like a new home or she's trying to find somewhere else new to live or some shit like that?
I don't see nothing like that. Is that like recent out of this or from a while ago?
No, I think it was like a little while ago. Not too far out though. But like, this is very interesting. I should have to say because like everything they're doing is like online. Everybody's seeing it.
Some of the shit should like,
not be
exactly.
online.
That's what I was about to say.
Right.
You know, this ain't none of our business. And your kids are gonna see this someday.
Yeah, unfortunately. And how are I'll be damned if I heard that my mom was fucking somebody else while I was in her stuff. No. I'm gonna start blaming random things. That's why I got sinus pressure. Start blaming random stuff. No, that's sick work. Oh, it's disgusting.
That's wild, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Some shit like that, I'll get you put out the house. You throwing that in your mother face? Nah, that's gonna get you kicked out the house, bro.
It probably would. It probably would. But what's she gonna say? What's she gonna do? Because that's even. I don't know. That's a very interesting situation.
Imagine you that little boy, Cardi blacking on you, your mother. Man, you need to use your goddamn head. Well, maybe if you ain't let that nigga punch my shit back in the day.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Woo-wee.
Yeah. That's a slippery slope because you probably would be outside.
Nah, for sure. Because man, I do like Cardi B as a person, but I feel like she don't play that shit as a mom at all.
Yeah, I doubt it.
You know, and I think I've definitely seen articles while I was looking this up where she turned down the idea of having a nanny because she definitely wanted to be in her kids' lives as an active mother, which I can't respect.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's something that's respectable.
No, especially, you know, for how big she is as a celebrity.
Right.
You know, she could easily be touring all day, every day, but, you know, deciding to stay at home, well, not stay home, but to be very present in your children's lives is definitely a commendable thing. So, you know, shout out to her, more power to her. But at the same time, I think I've always thought about this when it comes to her because she's a rapper, but she hasn't put out an album since 2017.
It has.
So the last 7 years, bro, it's just been singles and features.
Right.
And even though maybe like 10, 15. So that's always my thing about her. Like she'll show up, she'll drop WAP, and then she'll disappear, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I feel as though people like her personality and who she is as a person. Like she's herself at the end of the day. She is
that's
herself.
Why people like her.
Exactly.
There's no facade. What you catch her, you know, when you catch her in the in her interview or whatever, that's just her.
Absolutely.
Which is a bit scary at times because, wow.
But hey, since we already talking about one Migo, I guess we can talk about another. Recently, Quavo was ordered to pay $700,000 in damages for slapping a valet driver in 2018.
Damn. Now, was it worth it? Is my question. Was it worth it?
Man. You know how mad I'd be? Got to pay a nigga almost $750,000 because you decided to slap him. I don't even know what he did. I didn't look it up. But what's the worst a valet driver could do? Say he scratched up your car or something while moving it,
right?
Or he gave you an attitude. Man, repairing that car was not going to cost no $700,000.
No, there's nothing he
no
could
matter
have
what
done
car
for
it
that.
was.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. I think honestly, with that situation, yeah, I was saying that was it worth it, like jokingly, kind of facetiously, because there's no reason, there's nothing that can make it $700,000 worth a slap. I know for him, payday,
massively.
You know,
absolutely.
He probably went to the dentist. He rattled my wisdom teeth. He probably that was the report that he went to the judge with. Judge, listen, he shook my R3 tooth. Look at the X-ray.
You was sitting there in the middle of court while they was going back and forth. My patella.
He rattled my cavity out. You know, so
yo, Your Honor, I think I got the mumps or something.
You see, hey, because I'm trying to figure out how the hell $700,000.
I thought he hit you. I thought he slapped you. Your Honor, it's spread.
I want to look into this case a bit because $700,000. What exactly was the damages? Because usually when it comes to like things like this, I'm guessing this is a civil case. It's usually compensation worth whatever the injury was. So what exactly did he get a concussion? Did he was he out of work for a long time? It has to be like the compensation has to make sense for the injury. So what exactly happened to this gentleman? Like, did he fall and like bang his head? Or was he an older man and like he suffered something? Like, I don't know, because 700,000 is a lot unless he had a really good lawyer.
No, absolutely. But from what I can see, he was a younger guy. And I don't think it was that big of a deal. Blah, blah, blah. April 2018, Quavo was charged with battery, fought a valet worker at Encore Hotel and Casino. The Migos member got into a scuffle with the employee after he and his entourage were asked to move their SUVs for an ambulance's arrival. Oh, nah. A heated argument ensued and a fight broke out. Also, security detained the men. Vegas PD responded to the assault call at 4 a.m. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Come on, Quavo.
Yeah.
They asked you to move the Escalades and the Suburbans because of an ambulance, and you was arguing. Move the car. Huh?
Yeah.
It's not that deep. You know, especially if it was for an ambulance, bro. Somebody else could have needed some type of emergency services, and you playing with somebody's life. No, I don't like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Hey, I hope you learned your lesson, Quavo. But damn, that was to be more specific, a $682,000 mistake.
I'd hope you learn your lesson for something like that. Granted, he's made that money 10 times over, I would assume, within the years. But still,
that is something. But yeah, he slapped Antonio Henry. Henry claims that he was injured emotionally and physically. I don't think he went to the hospital. It was just a slap. Quavo's attorney, yo, man, your attorney got a name like this and you lose the case, I'd be sick. William Briggs II.
I don't know. I've heard some better.
Sick, bro.
I feel you can lose with that kind of name.
William Briggs II.
That kind of that's not star stutter. That's not the top of the line lawyer, bro. That's like mid-range lawyer. If you're talking about a Goldberg or a Goldstein, yeah, you can't be losing cases. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just saying. You losing cases with a Goldberg or Steen? False advertisement.
No, I gotta check something. What's Young Thug's lawyer name? Brian Steele. Yeah, he sound like he gets shit done, bro.
Yep.
Brian Steele get into it for sure.
Well,
yeah. But hey, like I said, it's a shame. This is something that shouldn't happen in the first place. It was a real dumb scenario. Hey, slap the nigga. He sued you. Cost you $700 grand. You live, you learn. You know, it's a lot of money, but yeah, got a couple million on him. He'll be all right.
Exactly. This is definitely a hefty slap on the wrist, but I think a bigger learning lesson.
Nah, for sure. To that nigga that got the money, yo, don't go spend it all in one place, though.
Yeah, bro. Please don't. Man, that kind of money, that's life-changing money if you know how to take care of it, for being real. And you say he's a younger guy.
Like you said, if you know how to take care of it.
Yeah. If he's a younger guy, I hope.
That's not quit your job money.
It could be. It could be. Not right now. It'd be like you could retire definitely way earlier than you anticipated.
Break it down for us. You're a valet worker. You're making what, $25 an hour?
$25 an hour.
You just got $700K.
Somebody just slapped me and knocked out my cavity filling.
Don't matter how it happened, but you now have $682,000 in your pocket.
Oh, okay. Yeah. First thing I'm still gonna work, but obviously, I think it's different though. I'm a little financially savvy. You can throw some of that money into the market if you want to. I personally would throw it into like just a regular money market account, brokerage account. Also, too, throw one into like a Roth IRA, right? That's tax advantaged. He's a younger guy. Did it say like early 20s, late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s? Either way, somewhere around there, throw it into a tax advantage account, Roth, IRA, whatever you want to do, and throw a lot of that into a money market account and just sit on that. By the time if he's in his late 20s, by the time he's in his early 40s, mid 40s, that's 600,000. You're sitting on probably like double that. Just the law of compound interest, you're sitting on probably like 1.2, 1.4.
If he invested it all, could he live off of the profit
Oh,
on
for
a
sure.
month-to-month basis?
Like from the start point,
Yeah.
like from just the 680.
Yeah.
Not well. Say if he did, he probably could if he like bought companies that gave something called a dividend in
Mm-hmm.
addition to the principal that he would make each year. Say you
Mm-hmm.
invest into the stock market, S&P 500, on average returns about 8 to 10%. 10% of the 600K, we'll call it what? Or 680, it'd be 68,000. You
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't want to take the full 68. You'd probably take half of that because you still want the account to grow. So 30, what? 34 and change each year is not, you could live off of that in addition to working. Like, but you would
Okay.
still have to like, you probably cut down your work hours and supplement it with the money you make from your account. That's what I'm saying. If I were in this position, I'd still work, but I'd probably retire at like 40 something.
So
Probably
there's no world where he invests all 682 and his profits at the end of the month are what, 5 figures that he could not happily live off of
not that early
and not cut into that 682.
No. Yeah, no, not that early on. He'd have to wait for that to compound.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way he'd make that sustainable. And if he did start pulling that amount of money, he'd like be losing principal out of the account, meaning the upfront 680 that he put in. Yeah, that wouldn't work. He'd have to wait.
Say no more. But speaking of waiting, I think we made y'all wait 2 weeks for this episode, and we covered a great deal here. So I think that's a good place to call it. We appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I'm gonna say, bro?
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
Well,
Don't say it.
check us out on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, at the 414 official everywhere. Soon coming to Apple Podcasts. Bro, it's been like 2 months. What's going on?
Listen, I'm gonna chalk it up to just bad communication. What would you say that? We'll call it bad communication. Not listen.
This nigga in a toxic relationship with Apple. I'm not hearing it. You hear this guy?
Yes, we'll leave it there. I think that's a great way to put it. I think that's an amazing way to put it.
I'm saying no. I'm on your ass for that shit. Now we gotta make something happen today.
All right, that's
today.
Cool.
I don't even know if they open on weekends, but today.
Yeah.
But we appreciate y'all tuning in. See y'all at the next one. Peace.
Till next time. Peace.